Welcome to the Deep Dive. We dive into a whole stack of sources, pulling out the best insights just for you. Today, our mission, it's unraveling the, well, truly extraordinary journey of Shah Rukh Khan. We want to go beyond the usual headlines, really understand how a middle-class kid from Delhi became, the world's biggest superstar, known everywhere as King of Bollywood, Badshah. So get ready. This is going to be quite a story. Much more than just fame.
Absolutely. And that uniqueness, I think, is why his story is still so captivating. It just doesn't follow the usual celebrity path, does it? His impact, his global reach, it really goes way beyond cinema. You've got entrepreneurship, philanthropy, even defining cultural moments for like whole generations. The sources really show his story is, well, bigger than just stardom.
Okay, let's unpack that ascent then, starting right at the beginning. His origins were actually quite humble. Born November 2nd, 1965, New Delhi. Modest family background. His father, Mir Taj Muhammad Khan, was a freedom fighter. His mother, Latif Fatima, a magistrate.
And what's striking, even looking back at those early days, is the resilience he showed. I mean, life threw some major curveballs his way. Losing both parents when he was still young, that's incredibly tough. Yet you see again and again in the source material, his determination just didn't waver. It really set the stage for, the tenacity we saw later.
Right. His education at St. Columba's School, then Hansraj College for Economics, and later mass communication at Jamia Millia Islamia. But here's something really fascinating that wasn't his first plan at all.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
His first dream actually was sports. He wanted to be a professional sportsman. But then a pretty serious shoulder injury put an end to that ambition. And that kind of unexpectedly pushed him towards acting. It's more than just changing plans, though. It shows amazing adaptability, right? It says a lot about his mindset early on. Sometimes those big setbacks, they actually push you in the direction you were meant to go.
That's so true. And his career, it didn't kick off on the big screen immediately. He first got noticed, really caught the nation's eye back in the late 80s. On TV, doing shows like Fauji and Circus, people saw that energy, that charm.
Exactly. That charm was evident early on. And building on that TV success, his film debut came pretty quickly with Deewana in 1992. It was impactful. The sources are pretty clear on this. From Deewana onwards, there was really no looking back. He made his mark fast.
But then came this really interesting move, a crucial pivot, you could say. Instead of just playing the standard hero, he started taking these massive risks, playing complex anti-heroes, characters with shades of gray, in films like Bazigar, Dar, and Anjam. That was a bold strategy so early on. Why do that, and how did that change things?
It was absolutely critical. It wasn't just risk for risk's sake. It was smart differentiation. These roles painted him as this charming villain, right, with this screen presence nobody else really had. It set him completely apart from the usual, maybe more virtuous leading men back then. He seemed to understand that breaking that mold would carve out a unique space for him, grab attention in a way safe roles wouldn't, and, well, it worked. Big time.
And then the mid to late 90s, that marked another big shift.
Yeah.
He transitioned and pretty definitively became the undisputed king of romance in Indian cinema.
Right, and that wasn't accidental either. He seemed to consciously build that image, choosing roles that really tapped into what a whole generation dreamed about, romantically speaking. You had Kuch Kuch Hota Hai, Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum, Kal Ho Na Ho, iconic stuff. But the absolute cornerstone, the one everyone thinks of, has to be Dalal Dalania Lejange, DDLJ.
DDLJ. Released in 95, and it's still one of the longest-running films ever in Indian cinema history. It's incredible. But its run wasn't just about staying power, was it? How did his portrayal of romance in DDLJ and similar films actually, reshape things? Cinema, maybe even society?
That's where you see the deeper impact. DDLJ wasn't just entertainment. It embedded this new ideal of, let's say, aspirational Indian romance. It was this mix of tradition and modernity that really resonated. It influenced countless films that came after, trying to capture that same magic, sure. But it also arguably influenced real-life ideas about relationships, about love. He just became synonymous with this grand, yet somehow relatable screen romance, defined it for generations.
It's clear he's much more than just an actor, though. A true multi-hyphenate, as they say. We're talking ventures way beyond acting. Shows a really sharp business sense.
Absolutely. His business side is significant. You look at Red Chillies Entertainment, a major production and VFX house, and owning the Kolkata Knight Riders, the KKR cricket team in the IPL. That shows a strategic vision far beyond just being in front of the camera. He basically leveraged his stardom into media production, into sports, showing this knack for brand building and diversifying his influence. Few actors manage that on his scale.
Yeah, and he's always seemed keen on pushing new tech in films, promoting collaborations across borders, too.
And alongside all that professional success and business savvy, there's the personal side. He's known for being intensely private about his family, married to Gauri Khan, 3 kids, Aryan, Suhana Abram. But he's also widely seen as someone incredibly loyal, disciplined, with deep respect for relationships. And we should also mention his philanthropy. Significant work supporting children's healthcare, survivors of acid attacks, education. These personal aspects, they really round out the picture, grounding this massive superstar image.
Okay, so putting it all together, how did this king of Bollywood become this truly global icon, recognized way, way beyond India?
Well, his reach is just phenomenal. It speaks to this universal appeal, doesn't it? His performances, his persona, they connect across cultures. He's been recognized by huge international publications, Time, Newsweek, Forbes as one of the world's most influential people. That's major. And his fan base is genuinely global. You find dedicated fans in Germany, Egypt, Russia, the US, even South Korea. It's a rare kind of cross-cultural connection he's built.
And then the comeback.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. After that 4-year break from acting, his 2023 film Pathan just exploded, smashed box office records everywhere. Beyond just the money it made, what did that massive success really signal about his staying power? Especially when other stars fade, how did he reclaim that king title so decisively?
Pathan's success was more than just a hit movie. It felt like a cultural event, almost a roar, you know? It proved his connection with the audience runs incredibly deep. It goes beyond trends, beyond even long accents. It showed this undeniable mix of nostalgia and intense loyalty from his fans, his charisma, his appeal. They just seem undimmed. It basically hammered home the idea that the king never lost his crown. Why? Because his legacy isn't just built on hits. It's built on, well, sheer hard work, incredible resilience, that willingness to take risks we talked about, and crucially, staying humble through it all. He has that quote, "Success is not a good teacher. Failure makes you humble." That really sums up so much of his journey, I think. That wisdom shines through.
So thinking about that whole journey, from, like you said, humble beginnings to this global superstardom, and his whole philosophy on handling success and failure. What does this all mean for you listening? What an incredible arc we've traced today, really charting Shah Rukh Khan's path from, as you put it, a nobody in Delhi to becoming genuinely the global face of Bollywood.
He really did more than just act in films, didn't he? He shaped dreams for generations, dreams of romance, dreams of courage. He's not just an actor. He feels like a movement, an emotion almost. He is Shah Rukh Khan.
So reflecting on Shah Rukh Khan's philosophy about success, about failure, what part of his resilience or maybe his risk-taking inspires you the most in what you're pursuing? Or maybe what unexpected turns in your own life, like his injury pushing him towards acting, might actually turn out to be your greatest teachers? Something to think about.